Listen to all of the whispers and the clamor coming from the background. It can only mean one thing. It can mean that we're gonna see a Mario 3 LP! Right! No, that's not how the thing is supposed to go. Now, could you please be quiet for a second? Oh my... So yeah, as this Christmas mouse is saying right here, we're gonna do... Let's play Super Mario 3. Oh my god, this is a train wreck. Why am I doing this? Oh well, I suppose this is something that is part of the job description, so... Yeah, we're gonna do a Super Mario 3 2007 style, which means very little editing, live commentary, and everything that you want. And honestly, there's no better game to do it with because it's a really simple yet groundbreaking game. It introduced a whole lot of mechanics that you'd see in Mario games for years to come, as well as fratricide attempts. I mean, why did Luigi try to kill Mario here, and yet Mario just ended up doing himself on his own? Or whatever they say, so... Yep, Super Mario Bros. 3, made in 1988, and I'm gonna play the All-Star version, which just has neater graphics and— Holy shit, this turtle is late! Ah! Oops, I think I was spitting for a second. So, let's go! Super Mario 3 World 1, the first Mario game that has a world map, by the way. Definitely a thing that was a thing as the game and the years advance and all of the things, yeah. So let's just play the game. Okay, so Super Mario 3, a game which definitely is for everybody. It's a simple game, a whole lot of fun. You have a feather here or a leaf or whatever. And this allows you to fly all over the place. Yeah, as long as you get a good enough running speed, you can just go and fly. And this allows you to reach elusive pipes such as the one that is right over here. 3. So far, this is the one score that I'm gonna give this LP right now. So let's work on improving that. So, yeah, there's definitely a lot of things. Oops. Yeah, normally you're not supposed to do it that way, but I don't know. Maybe I just wanted to try and be fancy. Why am I doing so bad? Okay, now let's just get out of here before I do any more major screw-ups that are just going to be plain more embarrassing. Like I'm gonna say, this is not gonna be a serious LP by any means of the mind. I'm not sure this is how it goes, but then again, when was I ever sure of one thing in particular? Please tell me. So, in every Mario game out there, or out there maybe, because apparently speaking is really hard right now, but yeah, there is an infinite one-up trick, and this one game has the most boring lot of the bunch. You have to hold the jump button every time you stomp on a Goomba in order to be able to bounce really, really high. And yeah, by the way, that was the first game that allowed you to do that. The other games in the series, well, Mario 2, you couldn't even jump on enemies in order to defeat them. You just had to pick them up and throw them at people. So yeah, it's definitely a new thing. But yeah, that was the first Mario game that allowed you to do just like I did, so... oh my god, that one piranha plant just shows the perfect dick momentum in order to finally come out. Yeah, earlier I did a really good run, but I had to scrap the video because, well, I ended up recording in 22,000 hertz, so the audio sounded like shit, so... Yep, I had to redo all of it in order to have something which is not going to pretty much be migraine-inducing. Okay, or maybe it can just give you a migraine by the way that I'm playing right now. Holy shit. And yeah, those bouncy blocks just allow you to, well, to bounce, and some of them carry items, have you seen. The other one that we bounce had a feather, and here, this one just has a majestic star that make you invincible. But with that said and done, the star in this one game is not really as useful in other Mario games because this one doesn't seem to last as long as the others. So level 3 introduce, well, a new kind of hammer brother. These ones are the boomerang brothers, and yeah, make sure that you kill them before they can throw their boomerang. If you give them any kind of slack, they're going to make your life very miserable. Okay. What the hell am I doing here? I'm not sure, but if I can figure it out, tell me. So yeah, we uncovered a pink block here, but before we do something out of it, we're just gonna have a stroll over here because we're gonna need this one item in order to... Oh, okay, apparently I broke the one block under which the red Koopa Troopa was just walking. The red turtle, or as my mother would call it, the red turkey. Yep. Turtles are now turkeys, you are now aware of it. So yeah, we're into the place where coins go to die because, well, all that there is in heaven are coins, and if you have a leaf, you can get your way to even more coins as well than a 1-up. So it's definitely worth the trouble, and right now I'm trying to be way too fancy. So yeah, here's a secret here. You hold this turtle shell and... Nah, just kidding. So yeah, you hold this turtle shell and this allows you to go into the background. So that way you can reach the elusive hidden shop, which is at the end of level 3, in order to get a whistle. With that said, however, I'm not gonna be using them. This is pretty much the equivalent of a warp zone in this game, but... yeah, we're definitely not gonna use them. This is the scenic tour that we're going through into this game. And we have the regular Toad House. This one here will usually have either a mushroom, a fire flower, or a leaf. I guess I just was not lucky here. Honestly, I'm not gonna bother too much with Toad Houses because this is a kind of game where it's really easy to fill up your entire inventory without really trying that hard to do so. So now we're in level 4. This is essentially the one level of the world which is the most noteworthy because it has a secret gimmick to it. First of all, this level is auto-scrolling, which was the first Mario game which ended up doing that. And finally, well, there's a secret area, well, not a secret area, but there's a secret that you can have in this level, and in order to get access to that secret, you need to pick up every coin in the level, and that includes also the one that you find in the multi-coin block, and if you don't get enough of them, then you're gonna mess up the secret. Essentially, this is like the one block that's pretty much gonna make or break your challenge. It's kind of easy to fuck this one up. But once that you've got out of here, it's pretty much a free ride for you. So alright, let's try to make it so that none of my... I wanted to have one of each just in order to have like a rainbow bar at the end. So essentially, whenever you end the level, you get one of these cards. And whenever you have 3 of the same, you get a whole lot of life. But unfortunately, I screwed that up as soon as I finished level 2. So... that's the secret Toad House that we got for getting all of the coins in level 4. Definitely a good freebie for sure. Because the P-Wing is a wonderful item, we'll go back to it eventually. Right here, we're here in order to play slots, and my favorite kind of slots. We're gonna play the one where we have to try and make the most misshapen thing in the world. Honestly, this is not about lining all 3 of them, it's more about how freakish your thing can have. Honestly, my favorite thing to do is to get a Starman wearing a mushroom hat, so that way you have Corporal Starman waiting here in order to be ready for duty! And yeah, here's a secret that I'm pretty sure everybody knows by now. If you push up at this place, you go to a secret room where there's another warp whistle, but everybody knows about it, so I'm pretty sure that there's less people by now that know what there is there. Yep, that's how crazy it is. Pop culture has made it so that we never go there in the first place. Thanks the wizard. And right here we have our mini-boss. He's pretty much a complete joke to kill because all that you have to do is this. So, just in case that you don't jump on him as quick as I did earlier, well, he just rushes you at you like this. After the first stomp, he'll just randomly jump all over the place. But the thing is, as long as you fight him using your brain, well, he's never gonna be a threat. So, I'm not really sure what his point is. And after getting a multiple of 80,000 points, this... okay, did I just see that there was a typo or something? Holy shit, I'm actually gonna have to look back at it. So, yeah, we have the card game. It's a match concentration kind of game, and you have to match up two of the things. I really don't remember any of those whatsoever, so yeah, it's kind of a moot point. So yeah, in this one level, it's kind of a good time to remind you that, well, all of the worlds in this game have names, and the first world is called the Grassland, or the Grass World if you prefer, because the two versions of the game, the Nintendo... oops, okay. Okay, I'm not sure what I'm doing here, but eventually it's gonna make sense, believe me. Yeah, we just have a washing machine over here. Yeah, just record your entire video right now and sample it, because it's gonna be how your washing machine will sound like. And yeah, there's another block like this, but it leads to the same kind of area that we saw earlier in level 3, so we're not gonna go back here, unless that the layout of the level changes. So why was I making a deal about this world being Grassland? Well, in the NES version, this level was full of snow, so it kind of was a huge disconnect from the rest of the world, but here everything looks as it should be. Thank you, Nintendo, you have single-handedly fixed my one problem with this game. And now it's time to do some fighting. We have to fight a Hammer Brother, and ooh, that was a hard fight. Normally, if you don't have a Fire Flower or a leaf to whip him over and all sort of things, you have to knock all of the blocks, or the blocks that he's under, in order to knock him out. But hey, I didn't have that kind of tool at hand right now, so... yeah, instead of trying to fight him legitimately, let's just cheese the fight. It's just like what Indiana Jones did. He has a gun. Oh my god! That was not a very pretty sight. Once again, I am doing a wonder to show how good I am at this game. I've played it a whole lot, and yet I still somehow... oh my god! Holy shit, that was a dead, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we're not gonna restart because holy shit, that was the most bestest thing that you'll ever see in the world. It's so great that right now my grammar is totally broken. Okay, and I guess this was kind of nice for a change. So yeah, you can either crouch down like that in order to get all of the coin, but hey, you can also do that, even though it's a whole lot slower. And yeah, one thing with those blocks, you have to hit them from a certain side in order to make the item go in the proper direction, because that's pretty much how you can make it go there, because otherwise you're never gonna figure out, well, the proper way in order to get the mushroom or item to go at the place that you want. This is really the one thing in Mario 3 that I do not like. I really like it whenever the items just go in the same direction all of the time, instead of just trying to pretty much elude you. Ah, good thing, I managed to trade my mushroom for a leaf, so this was a perfect trade, mind you. And yeah, by the way, that's not all the inventory that we have. We have 4 pages of inventory, but by World 4 or so, all 4 pages will be filled up. And we have the final level. We have the majestic fortress of the Grassland, with a cobra as a king. Essentially, the gist of the story of this game is that Bowser and his Koopalings, essentially, I'm not sure what they were supposed to be anymore, because honestly, this is not really the kind of things that I wonder about these days. But they transform all of the kings all over the kingdom into random animals, and you're here just in order to make it so that they all gain their human form again. And in order to do that, you need to confront all of the Koopaling and steal their magic wands so that the king can be transformed to a human body again. We have a human body in order to become a human somebody. So those airship levels are pretty much all of the same style. They all have this auto-scrolling going on, they're filled with a shit ton of cannons and bullet bills, and at the end of every single of these levels, you have to go and fight the Koopaling. Here, I think this is Larry Koopa, and ironically enough, in Super Mario World, this was the last guy that you ended up defeating. Most of them pretty much behave the same. It's just that this gimmick of the guy was just to jump around a bit and try to attack you with magic blast. We're gonna see some more of these in later updates because the later Koopalings that we'll fight will be much more aggressive than that, but here this guy is pretty much just a cakewalk. And here we go! 1 king out of 7 have been restored. And this guy is so badass that he can speak with his eyebrows. Allow me to try it out. Nah, I can't do it. All that I managed to do was give myself an eye strain. And here we go, we have not Princess Peach, but Princess Toadstool, which is giving you advice about an enemy that we'll meet in level 2, as well then another item that we're gonna get. So, yeah, that's the big surprise of this game. We're playing a Mario game where the princess is not kidnapped. So that's another reason why this game was novel. Okay, or I guess Mario 2 was novel as well because she was a playable character. Remember that. So yeah, that'll be it for the video of the first world, the Grassland. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're gonna enjoy this silly playthrough as much as I'm gonna enjoy it. So stay tuned as I'm gonna tackle the second world, the Desert Land.